what really worries me about small businesses is that they are an access point for so many other people and things and targets. If you're a small business owner, for example, you have your own computer to protect. It's probably the engine of your economy. It stores all your data processing systems. It stores the data itself. It stores your email. Without it, you're pretty helpless. So if just your computer on its own went down through a virus or a Trojan attack, you could be in a lot of trouble. But your computer is also the gateway to your customers' data, to your employee data with social security numbers. And hackers know that while you're a large organization may have lots of security defenses in place, they know that small businesses don't have those defenses in place. So if they want to get their attacks, their Trojans, their malware onto larger networks, the best way to do it is through a smaller business network that doesn't have the same protections. Another reason that I'm worried about small businesses is that their unprotected computers are very susceptible to what we call bots or botnets. And these are essentially small pieces of code that infect a computer like any computer virus, but instead of trying to steal information from that computer, they instead hijack the functionality of that computer and turn it into a remote control, if you like, attack computer that can then either attack other computers in, for example, a denial of service attack where thousands of these press-ganged small business computers are used to take down a website of a newspaper, a defense organization, even an electricity grid. But the beauty of security for small business is that it's not sophisticated. It really comes down to behavior and common sense. For example, first thing I always suggest for a small business is to have a security plan. That's simply a document that says, these are my security goals and aspirations. These are my security rules that my employees must follow. And these are the consequences for my employees if they don't follow those rules. And that's a very simple, clear way to remind yourself of what you need to do about security. Secondly, focus on your employees. So many incidents in small businesses and from small businesses to larger organizations happen because of small businesses. That can either be an employee making a mistake, not following a policy rule, or deliberately breaking a rule. One of the ways that you can counter that, for example, is simply by screening your employees. Now, it may seem like an expensive exercise, but in fact it's not. Employee background screening has become very affordable, particularly for small businesses. So make sure that you screen all your employees so that your next security threat or your next identity thief is not actually on your payroll. And finally, it comes back to employees again. You really need to teach your employees how to become sentries as opposed to vulnerabilities. If your employees receive regular reminders about security awareness, whether that's sending them on an online training course about security or simply sending them an email every couple of days reminding them to think about security, they can become your first, best and cheapest line of defense, because so many attacks prey on busy employees, whether it's clicking on a link in an email, clicking on an infected email attachment. The idea that you might train your employees to think security first. In other words, think security before you do something. Hackers will tell you that most attacks, particularly on small businesses but also on consumers, are really exploits of human behavior. You're going to make mistakes, they're going to anticipate those mistakes and exploit them. If you don't make the mistakes, you win and they lose.